So many of us wait our whole lives to start living. It's chasing the next thing, always living in the gap. If I have this, then I'll be happy. If I get this car, if I get this house, if I find this partner, if, right? Like gratitude for the present moment, that's freedom and that's real living. It doesn't mean that you can't aspire to greater. It doesn't mean that you can't want a beautiful home. I want and have a beautiful home. It doesn't mean that you can't want all those things. It just means that you can't wait for them to truly live your life and to be happy and realize that you are enough just for being here. We have this whole paradigm, or a paradox of too much and not enough. This conditioning that has been ingrained in our subconscious, in our belief system, in our core, in our womb for centuries, millennia. And we need to start learning how to become aware of it so that we can begin to shift it. Barbie and the Barbie movie, I don't know how many of you watched it. I actually thought it was actually a pretty good movie, but it really speaks to this paradox of no matter what we do, we're never enough. And yet we're always too much. How does that even make sense? There's a movie for any of you that have kids, and some of you don't, but K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the movie, and we've watched it like 15 times. And the biggest thing on that movie is, they're heroines, and one of them, they slay demons, right? And they use their voice, which is so powerful when you think about the underlying message there. How much weight our voices carry, right? What we say out loud, what we speak into existence, what we tell ourselves continuously has so much weight to change the trajectory of not only our lives, but the lives of those around us, everyone we come in contact with. So be mindful of what you say because your words have power. And one of the heroines, Rumi, she is actually part demon. And the whole idea of the demon is that you have this shame, this inner voice. And it's so powerful that it can drown you out if you can't overcome it, right? And when we're united, not when we stand alone, because we are not meant to heal and we are not meant to rise on our own. We are meant to rise in community, in sacred sisterhood. And so when she is growing up, she's constantly being told to hide her marks. And even though she wants to tell her friends, her sisters about these marks, she's being told by her caregiver not to show them because they won't be accepted. They won't be understood. And so her whole life, she grows up with this paradox of being too much and not enough. And ultimately, once she realizes that she has to come home to herself and she's exposed and everything gets put out there, she's able to really start to understand that who she is was perfect all along. And this is what I want all of us to understand, that we were born perfect. This is my philosophy. Everyone says, oh, no, or a lot of people say, no one is perfect. No, that is wrong. We are all perfect from the moment that we are born. It doesn't matter how we're born. However we are sent here is exactly how we're supposed to be. Our actions may not be perfect. Our beliefs may not be perfect. But we are divine beings, and God, the creator, divine plan made us exactly as we're meant to be. And there's a hummingbird coming right in front of me as I am saying this. So I just want you to understand that. And I'm sorry for the bumpiness. I'm on dirt roads. I live on dirt roads. But I just want all of you to understand that wherever you are not too much and you are not enough. You have always been enough. and bringing awareness, just having curiosity. When these feelings come up, when that voice comes up, when the self-sabotage, so many soul-led women that I know are afraid to show up on camera. They're afraid to follow through. They're afraid to ask for their worth. They're afraid because they have been told their whole lives that they are too much or that they are not enough. At the same time, if that's not craziness, I don't know what else is. My daughter is 6 years old, and when we were watching K-pop Demon Hunters, during that scene, when Rumi talks about being too much and not enough, my daughter said, "Mom, that is silly. How can someone be too much and not enough at the same time?" A 6-year-old has enough sense because she hasn't been told that she's too much or not enough to understand that the two do not exist together. We've been conditioned to believe that they do, but they don't. So let's start changing the narrative. Let's start encouraging each other to rise. Let's stop judging others and realizing that when we do, it is more often than not a reflection of something within us that we need to work through. So I would invite you to choose one small thing today that has been keeping you playing small and work on it. Just one tiny thing, whether that's showing up. And remember, the more that we can show up without makeup, the more that we can, and doesn't mean don't wear makeup, because God knows I love my makeup and my hair. I just dyed it and I'm not done. I got to go home and finish. But all that does is give you that confidence to really show up when you're not looking messy. So I would invite you to show up messy. If you're having a bad day, show up having a bad day, because life comes in waves and we need to embrace those waves. We need to embrace those seasons because they are what make life so abundant and juicy and flavorful. And we just need to savor all of it. Instead of sitting here living in the gap thinking, when this happens, then think right now in this moment, exactly as it is. I embrace it fully, completely, all of it. I embrace me completely, all of me. And there's another hummingbird. Oh, if that's not a sign, I'm telling you, I love this. I love you. Have an amazing day, or at least have an amazing moment. One moment at a time, we can turn it into an amazing day. I love you.